Let's see what's coming up for you with the cards. We have Queen of Wands in reverse as your opening influence, along with Page of Cups in reverse. This is usually you, Pisces. It can be any water sign, so this could be Scorpio or Cancer, but I'm reading that as you. And this could be a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, but it really could be anyone who holds Queen of Wands qualities. So confidence, vibrancy, someone who takes action and gets things done, someone who is powerful and has authority. So I'm really seeing that these could actually both be aspects of you, Pisces. I'm going to talk more about those cards in a moment, but let's see what else is coming up. We've got Seven of Wands, which means standing up for something that you believe in and defending your space. We have the Moon in reverse. This has to do with maybe not feeling clear emotionally, not allowing your inner emotions to come up to the surface for evaluation and experiencing some sort of confusion. I'll talk more about that. We have you working away diligently in the middle of the month. That's Eight of Coins, which means cranking out productivity, whistling while you work, feeling happy with what you're doing, feeling happy at your job, or being very creative. And then we've got Five of Coins in reverse. So maybe coming out of a period of feeling left out in the cold or feeling like a financial loss. This is good money energy towards the middle of the month. Three of Coins in reverse. Interesting how these are all coins. This is usually having to do with group projects, group efforts, working on something with people, with other people. But with it in reverse, it means that you may not be tapping into the full potential of what you could be creating or experiencing, but you are accomplishing something. So let's look at what other cards are coming up. Page of Cups. This is infatuation. This is young love. I sometimes call this card puppy love, or looking at what makes you joyful, what makes your heart leap. And then we have Two of Cups in reverse. So that means partnership, but it's in reverse. So there's some sort of fears, doubts, resistance, or delay in terms of a partnership. It's here for you. Two of Cups is one of the best love affair cards, exchange of hearts between people, but you may have some work to do in terms of removing any doubts, fears, or resistance, or even how you define partnership, something that needs to be adjusted in order to experience that fully. And then we have Nine of Wands. I'm seeing this as having to do with defensiveness, feeling like you always get knocked down and you need to get back up. I always call this my cool hand Luke card. So I'm seeing that as you deal with this energy, this can be corrected. We've got Six of Wands in reverse, which means feeling like not being recognized, not experiencing status or victory or success. I'll talk more about that. And then Two of Coins in reverse, which has to do with making a decision, having a difficult time making a decision, maybe feeling a little bit out of balance. So I'm going to look at each of these cards individually as well as collectively and talk about what the message is here. Mostly in the middle of the month, I see you working away at something, being creative, coming out of a period of feeling, if you've been having some financial difficulties or if you feel like you've lost something. I see it as that maybe you're not so much working in groups so successfully, but you're really working on your own. So it may be a time where you're just working away at your own creativity, your own productivity. This is a card of efforts producing results. And I see it as bringing you out of a period of loss here, or if you've lost something valuable. And it may not necessarily be something that you do collaboratively with others, but sort of working on your own, Pisces. That might be really beneficial for you in the middle of the month, especially as you're establishing this new self with that new moon in your first house of identity and self. And I see here with Page of Cups, there's an openness and a willingness to look at what makes you joyful, what you love. Cups represent heart energy, water energy, and we see this fish leaping out here. So it's really about what makes me feel joyful? What makes me feel happy? I'm open and willing, and my heart is leaping. But for some reason, it's not necessarily in terms of a current partnership, or there might be fears, doubts, or resistance to a certain partnership because of feeling like you get knocked down, feeling like you fall off the horse, feeling like there's no victory there. So it may mean needing to make different decisions. These are both 2 energy cards, and they're in reverse. So is there a way that you're seeing things only from your point of view, Pisces? You know, this is 2 energy, which talks about exchange. It talks about balance. And both of these being in reverse is saying that you may not necessarily be seeing things or experiencing things in a give and take. Is there a way in which there is an imbalance in terms of give and take towards the end of March? At the opening of March, I'm seeing Queen of Wands and Knight of Cups in reverse. So this means a love offering. You could either be turning down a love offering, or if you're offering your heart to someone that they're busy doing their own thing, or they're busy accomplishing things. You know, with both of these in reverse, there is some sort of nice interaction between these 2, but with both of these in reverse, it's saying that there is some sort of fear, doubt, or resistance to whatever's going on, especially if you're working with a fire sign. But I'm also reading this for some of you as these being 2 aspects of yourself. You may not be feeling the confidence or authority in yourself to make a love offering or to be receiving love, because Knight of Cups is the messenger of love. So there's some way in which you're not feeling 100% vibrant or your own confidence and authority in order to make this offering of love. But what will help you is to stand up for your beliefs, to stand up for a cause that you feel is worth fighting for. This 7 of Wands is a card of success despite adversity. And you can see in this card that he's actually in an advantageous position. He's above all these people, whether he's fighting them off or he's leading them. 7 of Wands means taking action in the direction of what you believe in, what you want to fight for, what you want to stand up for, and standing up for yourself and defending your space. And that can help you to create a space to allow feelings to come up for evaluation. Like, what's permanent? What is illusion? What's fantasy land? This is a very Pisces card. So what's fantasy versus what's reality? That's why when I look at this card, I always see the dog and the wolf on either side, one representing our rational self, our logical, analytical, left brain side, and one being more like our irrational, passionate, creative, right brain side. And so it's allowing those emotions to come up for evaluation, to take us forward. And I really see this taking us forward in the middle of the month, or headed into the middle of the month, going from this full moon in Virgo to that new moon in Pisces, really finding that balance between alignment with the self and the alignment with the other. And I think that if you can do that, Pisces, to allow these feelings to come up and really evaluate what's true, what's permanent, what is, real versus what's illusion, that's going to help correct any imbalances that there may be in terms of partnership. We do have that full moon showing up in Virgo, which is in your 7th house of partnership. So I really see this as part of the process, honoring these deep-seated feelings that are coming up to evaluate, what's true? What do I want to stand up for? What's important to me? That's going to really take you forward. And consider, what makes me happy? What makes me joyful and passionate and full of love and having my heart open? Because if you feel like you are getting knocked down and need to get back up, if you're feeling a lack of success in terms of love and partnership, you may just need to adjust your thinking in terms of decision making and where the balance is. I'm really seeing that there needs to be balance in both of these 2 cards. Finding where that happy medium is really going to help you And for you, it may just be focusing on, what are your desires? What makes you happy? What makes you joyful? I always think of this as like a teenager in love. If you can think about back to that time when you felt completely open, when you felt your heart was open, when you felt like your heart was leaping, what does yes feel like? It's in the middle of the month is going to be a really good time to remember that, Pisces. And you might need to do just work on your own. Work on either your daily work and producing money, or your creative projects, or maybe that's the same thing for you. I really see you working in a solitary way in the middle of the month, especially as regards to money matters and coming out of a period of potentially a loss of something that you valued. But I see you focusing on what makes your heart leap. What are you wanting to defend and stand up for that allows these emotions to come up for evaluation? So finding balance here in March, allowing this new you to come out, something that you're passionate and makes you feel young again, as well as working hard to create results. I really see the middle of the month being a great time for you. Even if you're struggling with something as March opens, just stand up for what it is that you believe in, defend your boundaries, and I see that you will be able to reevaluate where your stance is in terms of partnership or making a decision. If you have been experiencing feeling defensive or feeling like you always get knocked down and have to get back up and are not experiencing success in something, look at where you find your balance. Try to address, like, how is it that I'm showing up and how is it that the other person is showing up, and really see if you can make decisions that allow you to show up in a joyful and strong way. Remember that this is success despite adversity, but it's going to require you to really acknowledge and honor both sides of yourself, both the passionate, irrational, right-sided brain, creative side, along with your logical, practical, analytical side. Take a really close look at what is permanent, what is true, versus what is changeable or illusory or illusion, what's fantasy.